made a monster.
Hello, 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 my star children. It's time for another indie showcase. Woo! This is becoming a thing, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Oh! Like, perfect timing. Glad to see you, as always. I am currently booting up our indie game for the night. Gloom and Doom, which seems like a good place to start. Let's see if this will do it on the first try, or if it'll fuss for a bit first. No, it's gonna do the thing. It's gonna do the thing. Okay, hopefully we can get this fixed real fast. There we go. Suicide is a serious topic. If you have thoughts about harming yourself or feel unsafe, please seek urgent medical attention. Good on you, Neo Togel game. All right. So I'm feeling the art style. It's a little I don't know. It feels a little high school notebooky to me. Which is not like a against, just subtle things are off, and I think that's intentional, but I don't know. I like it is the problem. Like, I want to critique it, but it's right up my alley. So let's new game. The date is 24th of December 2000, Christmas Eve. Lots of kids and some adults. That means being really excited about opening presents when Christmas arrives in the morning. But for Roger Coxburner, it feels like Christmas is already here. What an early Christmas gift. I really don't know why this is happening, but tonight I'm going to score a cheerleader. 1 minute I'm lining up for a movie ticket, and then this hot girl just comes up to me and asks if I want a party. She tells me she's a high school cheerleader, that her team just won some big football game, and she wants me to buy beer for her. It's strange, and I know I'm not the kind of guy cheerleaders normally flirt with. Felt like a scene from one of those Japanese romance now games. You know the ones I'm talking about, right? The ones where you left click your mouse to read all the dialogue while waiting to get to the good stuff. Oh, watch the fourth wall there. It's only got so much bracing it. Sometimes I press the spacebar instead because my finger gets tired or because I need to switch hands. But I won't need to go home to one of those games tonight because I'm going to nail a girl in real life. Oof. Christmas came early. I hope it's the only thing that will come early tonight. Oh, yeah. Oh. I don't want to embarrass myself in front of a cheerleader. No, I can't worry about that now. When life gives you lemons, you don't hesitate to stick your dick in them. I mean, sink your teeth into them. Oh shit, I don't know what I mean. We've already had a few beers, so I'm too excited and way too drunk to think straight now. But why did she have to bring us to this creepy old house? We should have gone to a motel or something. What if I get a splinter in my butt? I didn't bring tweezers. God, you're pathetic. Oh well, just remember, life, lemons, dick. Hey, Roger, the door's not locked. You are definitely going to murder people, but you're going to be very hot while you do it. You sure we should be here? I'm pretty sure we shouldn't be, but that's what makes it so fun. What's the matter, Roger? You scared? No, of course not. Well, let's go in then. She pushes the door open, and the two drunk teenagers enter the dusty old house. Inside, the house looks just as old as it does from the outside. The walls are peeling, and the floorboards have holes in them, and the door frames have claw marks? There's some dark garbage on the floor, but it looks like it's been there for years. A strange smell that is neither pleasant nor particularly foul permeates the air. This house probably hasn't any visitors for a while. Wow, this place is really old and creepy. I know, right? Ginger really gets me in the mood, so I'm getting a little wet from being in this old place. Actually, the architecture of this place is pretty solid, and it's quite dry in here. Your wetness is probably because of the rain, not the house. I feel ya, girl. I feel ya. Whatever, Roger. Anyways, this place is so totally cutting. I love it. And it's really isolated, too. You could scream bloody murder, and nobody would hear a thing. Do you want to try and see if anyone hears us? Suddenly, a door slams from somewhere in the house, and Roger screams in shock. Ah! Did you hear what I said? Did you hear that door slam? Whatever, it's just the wind. So do you want to try? Try what? You didn't hear what I said, did you? Sorry, I didn't. Well, if you missed something, you could always click on the back button along the bottom, or you can try scrolling up on your mouse wheel. Mouse wheel up or back button. Thanks, I'll do that. Oh, I almost forgot, you can also use the history button to read everything that was said before. Lightning reveals a sign lying on the floor. Hey, look at that. Cool, this is one of those old houses that have a name. Welcome to Derse... I can't read the rest of it. This is Dercito Manor. I've heard about this place from the girls in the cheer squad. This Dercito Manor? Maybe we should leave. Why? Haven't you heard? There's been a lot of people going missing. Once there was this kid whose parents made him come home directly right after school. But one day he told his friends he was going to visit an old house, and he was never seen again. I think it was this house. You are scared. Oh my god, this is what I get for suddenly developing a nerd fetish. I am sorry, that is not a nerd, that is a failure at existence. Should have asked the other guy at the cinema. He was way more Cusack than you. Hey, I'm not scared, it's just people have been talking about some kind of ghost. I've heard the stories about the ghost too. Actually, I've heard the story lots of times. Whenever I come across some stories or dialogue that I've heard before, I just told Control to skip it. Aren't you afraid you might miss something important? Control will only skip dialogue you've heard before. It will stop once you come to something new. I see. Yeah, it's really useful for when you don't want to hear the same stuff again and again, like when you date different guys from the football team, and you realize that they're all the same, and the only way to tell them apart is the positions they like. You mean the positions they play? No, I mean the positions they like. I've heard that using the control skip method can sometimes cause the graphics to glitch. It's rare, but you can always just use the mouse wheel up until the graphics look normal again. Roger's amazed by how informative Sophie is. So what do you think about the ghost stories? I think they aren't just stories. Once you hear the same story enough times from different people, it has to be real, right? Seriously, do you still believe in ghosts, Roger? I'm not sure. Come on, Roger. You have to be man enough to make decisions. Most decisions might not make much of a difference, but some of them can really affect the way your story plays out. This choice is going to determine if you stay a virgin tonight. What makes you think I'm a virgin? How do you know I haven't had many girlfriends before? Please. It's totally all over your face like, well, stuff that's going to get all over someone's face. Like when you're washing the dishes and you put a soapy spoon under the tap. See, you are definitely a virgin. Okay, I'm a virgin. It's just that I'm a romantic guy. I've been saving myself for that special someone willing to have sex with me. I could be your huckleberry. But do you still believe in ghosts, Roger? I can't decide. The pressure's too much. Jeez, Roger, if you need a security blanket, you can always just save the game. Click the save button below. Or escape or right-clicking anywhere on the screen. After saving the game, you can always load back to this point in time if you didn't like how it played out. Try it now. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Okay, don't forget to save whenever you're making an important choice, just in case something bad happens. You say like that I'm likely to die. You're not going to die, but you might not like the way your story turns out. As my friend Roberta likes to say, save early, save often. I'll try to remember. So do you still believe in ghosts? Yes. Don't you? There's a whole world we can't even see. Dark things, evil things. Maybe you just spent too much time playing Dungeons and Dragons and not enough time getting laid. I'm going upstairs to explore this house. You can come with me if you want. Sophie starts around and starts walking up to the large set of stairs to the upper floor. Wait for me! Rushes after Sophie and grabs her hand. Halfway up the stairs, Roger suddenly realizes that Sophie's hand is deathly cold, almost as if her hand was carved from ice. Sophie notices him examining her hand. What's wrong? Have you never held a girl's hand before? No, it's just your skin is very cold. Do you want to borrow my jacket? It's very cowboy of you, Roger, but no thanks. The cold never bothered me anyway. Oh, that joke. When the pair reaches the second floor, Sophie leads Roger into a room at the end of the hallway. Have you been around here before? You seem to know your way around. First time here. I have a talent for always knowing where the bedroom is, even in a strange house. They enter a spacious room with a large bed in the middle. The room is decorated with once luxurious curtains. A large grandfather clock stands with its hands pointed at 8:40. Something doesn't feel right. It's only night, but the air in this room is so still, like it's frozen in time. Whatever, Roger. Why don't we focus on this large bed I found? Plus, it's got soft pillows, which is great because my knees are always getting bruised. Oh, you play volleyball? I kept getting bruised knees until I got better fitting pads. I'm not talking about Never mind, Roger. Roger suddenly hears a strange sound and the hair on the back of his neck tingles. Of all the rooms of the house, this room makes him feel the most uncomfortable. He wonders if it's time to get out of here. I think it's time I got out of these wet clothes. He quickly decides to stay. Don't you feel it, Sophie? Feel what? A change in the air? Actually, yeah. And something up here? Something evil? Think I can. It's cold all of a sudden. I don't normally feel cold. Think it's time I reveal my true self to you. You're a nerdy pervert that likes to get peed on? Already figured that out, and that's why I've been drinking so much beer. No, that's not it. Roger reveals himself as an incubus demon and bares his jagged teeth at Sophie. Oh, I got it.
Do you believe in evil now?
Roger? Oh my God, Roger, there's something really creepy in this room.
You mortals are really stupid. The creepy thing is me. I am a demon and I will eat your soul tonight. No.
No, behind you, Roger. What is that?
Foolish mortal, do you really think I'm going to fall for that?
Let's see. I'm having too much fun with the voice thing. What voice do I want for this one? Let's go with this one.
Ooh, that is fun.
Roger has never heard this voice before, but he recognizes it from 1,000 horror stories.
Gloom?
He slowly turns around and comes face to face with every demon's worst nightmare. A floating torso with massive arms and no legs. A blackened skull with green flames flickering inside it. They call him Gloom, and to see him means death.
I'm glad you know who I am. Then you also know what is going to happen to you tonight.
Why did I come?
Why did I come into this house of all houses? Because you could never resist a young soul, could you? Thank you for luring him here for me, Sophie.
Wait, you're Mr. G?
Yes.
You're a ghost?
I'm a wraith. Ghosts are just confused spirits with no goals.
Sure, Mr. Wraith, sir. Please let me go. I'm just a cheerleader.
Tell me why I should.
You might not see a difference whether you let me go or not, and it often seems like your choices don't really affect what happens in this world. But your actions define who you are, and even if they don't change anything now, they will have implications later.
You're a lot smarter than you look.
Just because I'm a cheerleader doesn't mean I don't read.
Really?
All right, I don't read. I've just fucked a lot of college professors.
Get out of here. Your payment is under the floor mat.
Thank you, thank you.
Do not leave me alone with him.
Sorry, Roger. I still don't care about you.
Sophie, come back here again, and I'll kill you too.
I won't. You'll never see me again. Sophie runs out of the room as quickly as she can. Roger tries to follow quietly behind her.
Not you. You are mine tonight, Zograth. I go by Roger now. I got tired of always spelling Zograth out to bank tellers over the phone.
Gloom stares at the incubus, unsure if he just made a joke.
Whoa, tough crowd.
Roger realizes that if he is going to escape from this house, he will have to outwit Gloom somehow. Sophie's advice about important life-changing decisions suddenly come to mind. What will Roger do? Roger will flee.
Oh, fuck this.
Roger summons his willpower to maintain control of his bladder as he rushes past Gloom to escape the bedroom.
You've played this cat and mouse game with your victims so many times before. You know how this ends. I'm not listening to you.
Roger finds himself in a second-floor corridor. The squeaky stairs are in front of him, but there's also another room he can hide in. Let's save. Run down the stairs. He rushes down the stairs and makes it to the ground floor, but not before he twists his ankles on the last step.
Ouch! I hate stairs.
Roger desperately looks around for somewhere to hide. A bead of sweat rolls off his forehead and stings his eye. He rubs it in frustration.
What's the matter, Zograth? Fear's only exciting when you're inflicting it. I'm not afraid of you.
However, his lie is unraveled by the damp patch in his pants. Looking around, Roger spots an old chest that's probably big enough for him to hide inside. Alternatively, the exit is just a short run away, and the front door is left wide open after Sophie made her escape. Save again. A lot of choices in this one. Make a break for the door. Remembering the mistakes people make in horror movies, Roger decides to get out of the house as quickly as possible. Runs as fast as his twisted ankle will allow and almost reaches the door when... It suddenly slams shut. Turns around and sees Gloom floating slowly down the stairs with his hand pointed at the door. Roger tries to reopen the door, but something is holding it shut. You've
moved down the food chain and not Zorgoroth. You're the victim now.
With the main door held shut by Gloom's powers, Roger will have to find another way out. Living room window. Escape through a window. He rushes to the nearby living room and tries to open a large window facing the front yard. It's stuck. Gloom slowly floats into the room.
You cannot blame a demon for eating souls. And you cannot blame me for doing what I do. You always were a miserable demon. Always about the work and never about the fun. Come and join us, Gloom. We can go eat some mortals. Have some fun. Fun? That's why you'll always be a bottom feeder, scavenging on low-hanging souls to survive.
Gloom's eyes flare up and he hits Roger with his hate blast. The little incubus is flung across the room and he smashes through the window with his head. His world goes dark.
Where am I?
Roger wakes up in an empty room. It's definitely the same house, but in a larger room he hasn't seen before, like a basement perhaps. His head feels like it's being crushed and his eyes can't seem to focus properly.
What's going on?
As he slowly regains his vision, he can just make out that there's nothing here except walls, dust, and an angry wraith squeezing his skull with a giant clawed hand. Hey, Tara, wonderful to see you. We're playing Gloom and Doom by a wonderful studio who's given me the opportunity to play it, and I'm having fun.
Please, I am just a lonely incubus. I am not even worth your time. You're wrong.
Gloom's infamous spectral blade explodes out of his fist, the blade that has claimed the lives of countless demons.
Come on, Gloom. I'm just a bottom feeder like you said. You don't need me. You really don't. Every horn counts. Love that.
Oh, nice. Part 1. Stuck. Oh. Huh. Nifty. Beep, 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 beep. I'm okay. I'm awake. Actually, let's see if this maybe sounds better. Okay, I'm awake. Actually, let's see if this maybe sounds better. Okay, I'm awake. Okay, I'm awake. Not really. I reach out and slap down on my alarm clock. Sigh, another morning, another day. Time to put my game face on. I crawl out of bed and think about getting dressed for a new day. But first, I need some music. Few scattered CDs are lying near my stereo. Which one should I pop in? Nina Simone. You know, I think I feel like something with a bit of soul today. I remember the first time I heard Nina. I was 12 and my foster father was playing her in the car. It wasn't the first time he played her music, but it was the first time I really heard her. It was like, holy shit, she's speaking to me. She's just got a way of pouring herself into her words, and she can convey so much emotion with her singing. I don't think I even have that much emotion inside me to begin with. Oh, Nina, you give me more hope that life can be less empty. Hi, my name is Winona. I like playing PC games, and occasionally I listen to vintage soul. I think I'm a pretty regular teenager. Except that I am also the Doombringer. Well, there's a statement you don't expect. And I'm probably going to destroy the world. What? You think it's weird for someone to introduce themselves as the Doombringer? But wouldn't you even blink if someone says something like, Hi, I'm Christina and I like to sing, or I'm Gina and I drive a taxi. It's just how people self-identify themselves. Some people identify most strongly with their passions, their jobs, or even their hair color. And for me, it's all about my destiny as the Doombringer. I bring doom. That's who I am. Now don't get me wrong, it's not something I want to do. I'm not a terrorist or some revolutionary. I'm not even particularly angry at the world. Well, not angrier than the average teenager anyways. I'm really an okay person. But I'm cursed to end the world, that's for sure. I don't know how, and I don't know why, but I just know I'm destined to do it. I admit it. It's not like it was revealed to me by some old guy with a big bushy beard. And there isn't a corny poem out there that describes me blowing up the world. But it's something I've always known in my heart. That still makes me sound nuts, doesn't it? But trust me, I'm not crazy. I'm doing my best not to kill you and the rest of the world. In fact, I'm trying everything I can to prevent it from happening. But first, I have to survive another day of faking smiles for my foster parents, and dealing with the asshole customers at work, mood, and trying not to become a giant weird blobby thing that eats the whole city. You know, standard teen angst stuff. Well, no time to dwell on that now. I have to get to work. Joy. You stare straight into your adversary and see your green eyes reflected off his sunglasses. Your clawed fingers curl tightly into fists and you twist them around slowly to loosen your wrists. This will not be an easy fight, but it is a fight that is long overdue.
You are foolish to seek this challenge. I will not go easy on you, so be prepared to feel the full force of my wrath.
Too many victories have made you arrogant and overconfident. I'm going to win, and you're going to feel like a right arsehole later.
Let's dance, old man.
I'll dance on your grave. The two of you sink into the couch and you start up your trusty old Sega Genesis.
Are you ready?
Let's go, Bonehead.
Bonehead, now I'm definitely going to own you.
The game begins and you speed away in a blue blur, a half step ahead of Mr. Yesterday. You take a few well-practiced jumps and are rewarded with pleasant metallic sounds as you collect all the rings in your path. Oops, looks like I made that platform collapse before you could jump on it.
I'm still going to win because I've got more rings.
You always look forward to yesterday's visits. After 400 years of living in solitude, it feels strange to have someone to talk to. It's definitely nice, but it still feels a little strange after being friendless for so long. Stranger still is the fact that he's immortal. But that's not going to stop you from beating him in Sonic 2. I hear you got Zorgrath last night. So glad you did. He's one of the biggest arseholes in the city.
Funny thing is, I didn't even need to leave the house. I lured him here with a mortal girl.
Very creative. You should get double points for that.
Yeah, well, a kill's a kill.
You should take more pride in your work.
Why? It doesn't mean anything. I'm just doing this to earn my way into heaven. After that, I can finally stop killing.
But you're so good at it. Probably the best at what you do, and most assassins would kill to be as good as... Wait, that doesn't sound right.
A job's a job. Do you enjoy what you do?
I do. I help people. Just like how, in a way, you're helping people too.
Maybe you're right. Killing demons, that's what all the good guys in movies do.
That's right. You'd be the good guy in a movie.
But I still don't enjoy the killing.
Good guys probably shouldn't. Do you find it more difficult to do your job these days, though? Have your ethics changed?
It's not that. It's still really easy for me. Really fucking easy. Like Shinobi with the unlimited shuriken sheet turned on. When I need to, I go out there and I cut down demon after demon without blinking.
That's because you don't have eyelids to blink with.
You know what I mean, smartass. I'm so good at this, it's almost boring. But then again, I was literally created to do this. I just wish I was doing something else. Anyway, I'm sure I'll kill enough demons to satisfy the guy upstairs soon.
Soon, huh? Tell me again, how long have you been doing this?
400 years, give or take a few decades.
400 years of killing demons and you're still not done?
Michael's doing the best to make it happen, but it's hard to convince the boss upstairs. I've done a lot that I need to atone for.
Is that what Michael said?
It's the truth, and I have to come to terms with what I've done.
You've done a lot of favors for him over 4 centuries, and it's still not enough?
I did some really bad things back in the day. You don't atone for this stuff overnight.
Do you trust Michael?
Not really. He's too much of a weasel to be trusted. But what can I do? I need his help.
If you're so hell-bent on making it to heaven, isn't there something else you can try too? You've got a lot of spare time between Michael's requests. Maybe you can better spend this time doing other things to help your quest.
Like what?
I don't know. Go help out in an orphanage or something. That's kind of the thing that gets people in heaven, isn't it?
Maybe, but I'm gonna focus on Michael's quests. He is the most senior archangel in heaven, sitting just under the big boss. Michael controls the Seraphim, the angels that guard the gates of heaven. If I can get into Michael's good books, he has the authority to open the gates for me.
You're banking your entire hopes and dreams on this one chance. Me, I'd explore some other possibilities, especially if I have the time to spare like you do.
Like I said, I've killed a shit ton of demons for Michael already. I don't know what the number is, but at this point I've personally killed more than all the other angels. I'm pretty sure my time will come soon. You just gotta have some faith.
You turn your attention back to the game. You're about to finish this level, and everything has been going your way. In fact, this might be a new personal fastest time for you. You glance at Mr. Yesterday's half of the screen, and you can see him struggling hard to keep up. He has no idea you've almost won. Feel kind of bad, and consider letting him get a bit closer before you both finish the level together. Do your best and win. There's no honor in throwing a match. You zoom the end and finish with a personal best timing. Damn it, Gloom! I'm still only halfway through the level.
Well, hurry up then. We're playing Sonic, This game is about speed.
You stinky arsehole.
Been called worse.
This round ends, and you're the clear winner. Mr. Yesterday nudges you with his elbow. Come on, next round.
Bring it.
Well, I'm enjoying the story so far. Ah, the video store, my little refuge from the ugly world outside. I always hear my classmates complaining about their part-time jobs and how they get in the way of their social lives. But after a long stressful day at school, it's nice to come here and feel at ease. I love it. I love walking among the movies and being able to pick up a random box and read the blurb to some obscure movie, or just looking at the new release section and seeing the awesome new box art. Haters say that movies are contrived, and they're factory-made with predictable and conventional plot lines. They always say that it's boring because the hero always wins, and good always overcomes evil. But I think I need that in my life. I need to know that if someone works hard enough, they can beat the odds and save the day. I need to know if there can be a happy ending. But a job is still a job. It's not all rainbows and lollipops. When you work in retail, you've got to deal with customers. Like this one that just entered the store. Hi, welcome to Groovy Movies. How can I help you? I'm looking for a movie. Which movie is it? I don't know the name. It's an old movie. Shitsticks. These are the customers I hate the most. Can you tell me anything about it so that I can help you find it? Do you know any of the actors in it? Yes, it's Michael something. Michael Bain, Michael Douglas, Michael Keaton. I can't be expected to remember their full names. Anyways, I can tell you about the cover, though. Great, that would be helpful. It's the Michael guy on the cover. Okay. He's a guy with a gun, and then there's this girl he has to save. Thanks for nothing, video store gods. I'm never going to guess this movie. A guy with a gun and a girl he has to save. We're going to go ahead and save here. James Bond? Are you thinking of a James Bond movie? No, do you think I would forget who James Bond is? No, of course not. Are there any other details that you can remember? No, I think that should be specific enough for you to find it. You work here. You should know your products. Kill me. Now. Take down his number. Okay, tell you what, you leave your contact number and I will call you when I find it. That's a good idea. He gives me his number and I write it down on a post-it. I can either stick it next to the phone where I can see it or under the counter where I can't. Stick it next to the phone so he can see that you say. I stick the post-it next to the phone. Okay, sir, we'll call you when we find the movie. Thank you. That guy opens the door and leaves. The guy lets in a strong gust of wind that knocks the post-it off the phone. It flutters onto the ground and I stare at it while biting my lip. What should I do with the post-it now? Toss it. The boss likes to keep the place tidy. Pick up the post-it, scrunch it, and toss it in the bin. Finally, I have peace and quiet again. Since the store is empty, I take the time to rearrange the new releases in the shelves up front. It's amazing how some customers just can't seem to put movies back where they found them. Do these people have memories like goldfish? Is it really hard to put the movie back together with the other copies that have the same color and cover picture? Not that any of this matters. Once the apocalypse kicks in, I have to ignore the assholes, ignore the bullies. Just stay focused on not ending the world. It's another long night in the old house. Another long night of pacing around. The wind is quite strong tonight, and the windows rattle loudly. You'd feel cold, except for you're a wraith, and you don't feel anything. You don't feel cold, you don't feel heat, you don't feel pain. Well, not physical pain anyways. Another problem with being a wraith is you never sleep. You just can't, so you're awake for 24 hours every day, 7 days a week, all 52 weeks of the year, and most of that time is spent in your lair. It messes with your head a little, so it's best to always keep yourself occupied. What do you want to do tonight? Video games. You float over to your Sega Genesis and take a look at your collection of little black cartridges. What are you in the mood for? Role-playing game. Something, something, something. Have to defeat the evil dark dragon with a magic sword. Whatever. Oh.
There's always something to kill.
You assemble a team of heroes in the game, including centaurs, bird people, and an overpowered werewolf. But after a while, you realize that you spend most of the game not actually fighting. What takes up most of your time is carefully exploring every corner of the level, searching bookcases and nut chests for items.
I have time to search through all these bookcases only because I'm immortal. I wonder if mortal players do the same. Seems like it'd be too much work just to find a healing seed.
You sit on the couch and switch on the TV. What are you in the mood for? You flick the channels and look for something new to watch.
Hey, what's this? You come across a show with a mother and a daughter chatting in a coffee shop. The two characters speak
unnaturally quickly. You're sometimes having trouble keeping up with what they're saying.
This must be what it's like to exist in a video game where impatient players fast forward all the dialogue.
You like the characters and make a mental note to find out what happened next week. What do you want to do tonight? Brood. You float over to the window and look at the moon outside. When you spend so much time in the same place, you start becoming very observant. You notice things nobody else would, and little details become significant events to you. Even simple objects develop a life of their own.
Hey, what happened to you?
You stop to look at the shard of glass on the window that had broken off, or on the floor that broke off from the window.
You've changed since you broke away from your friends. Your color is a bit different, a bit paler. Is it because you've fallen from the light? Or is it the anguish of separation? Cheer up, glass. You've become stronger and more resilient than those you've left behind.
You pick up the glass and place it on the window ledge near the window it came from.
Here, you can show them how you've changed for the better in the past few years.
A passing cloud blocks the moonlight for a moment.
What is this? The rest of you won't accept the return of your fallen brother?
You smash the window. Other shards of glass drop to the floor.
Pathetic window. Try spending some time in the depths below and see how much of your precious mortality you can retain.
Suddenly, a blinding light fills the house. Oh dear. I gotta decide on a voice for this guy. 'Cause, oh boy, is he. Yeah, that's a special one.
How about this one? Okay, I think I can work with it. Hey, Gloom. Michael.
An angel appears, landing dramatically with his wings spread wide before folding them behind his back. Every angel has something unique and special about them. Michael is special because he's the most annoying asshole in all of heaven. But you need his help, so you put up with him.
Michael, how is my favorite wraith doing? Is this a good time for me to drop in? I hope I'm not interrupting any important discussions between you and your furniture. No, it's fine. So you took out Zorgrath, as I asked?
You hand him Zorgrath's horns.
2 incubus horns.
Michael takes the horns and tosses them into a pouch.
Oh, great. That is fantastic, Gloom. I hope it was not too much trouble for you. No trouble at all. Great. I know I can always trust you to get the job done. Okay, I have another appointment to get to. There's a lot going on upstairs.
Michael starts to spread his wings.
Michael! What is it, Gloom? Am I done yet? Have I atoned enough to return?
You've always hated Michael's laughter. Arrogant and shrill, it sounds more like a laugh of a bad theater villain. Let's glare. You glare at Michael.
Oh, come on, Gloom. Do not get angry at me like that. I am sorry, bro, but it was just too funny not to laugh. You understand, right? So is it enough? No, I wish it were, but you are not quite there yet. I've been hunting your demons for over 400 years. I've killed more demons than any other being in existence. But you've also killed a lot of angels, have you not? And you want to enter heaven after that. Heaven, the most sacred place in existence. Sad to say, you've got a lot more penance to serve before we can open the gates for you. How many more, then? Do you even know? Of course. I have myself and keep track of these things, especially a case as important as yours. How many, then? Bro, I think it's not a good idea to go into specific numbers. You will not feel good about it. I will feel awkward, and it will be just unpleasant for everyone. Believe me, it's easier if we just keep doing this together, and you trust me to do my part. 400 years of killing, Michael. 400 years. This is exploitation, Michael. You're just using me to do all your dirty work for you. Do not speak to me that way. How dare you blame me for your predicament? I did not force this onto you. You brought it on yourself when you made your bad choices all those centuries ago. In fact, I urged you not to do it. And if you were not going to listen to me, the least you could have done is listen to her.
Your fists tighten at the mention of her.
Look, what is done is done. Now you've come to me for help, and I am helping you. For all his claims and teachings, the boss himself does not actually forgive all that easily. You should consider yourself lucky that your voice is like mine and hers speaking up for you. These things take time.
Michael steps to the side and adjusts his hair bun on his head.
I have an idea. Pawns like Zorgrath are insignificant. They're annoying and we need them dead, but their deaths do not help the war effort much. And you know what the boss is like. We need to give him something really compelling before we can change his mind. What are you suggesting? Let us set you loose on a target of... Let us set you loose on a target of consequence. Someone big. What do you want me to kill?
Joltenotlath. Jolk. Tail-lath. Joltekalax.
The mistress of suffering.
Yes, her organization captures mortals and sells them to demons and other mortals as slaves and food. Jetolath is responsible for almost all the human trafficking in this region. If you can kill this one, I can definitely go to the boss and plead a good case for you.
Hey, Crow, long time no see. Good to have you back and around. We're playing Gloom and Doom, a light novel style game provided to me by the Indie Game Collective. And yeah, we're reading it and having fun. Doing some voice stuff.
Consider it done. She'll be dead by tomorrow night.
I have always liked your confidence, Gloom. But be careful. Jolteloth commands a small army of plague demons as protection. I would not want anything to happen to my favorite wraith.
Michael throws his head back and laughs to himself. You imagine slicing his throat open with your spectral blade.
I have to go. That is the problem with being an archangel. You're always needed by someone somewhere. There are decisions to make, plans to approve, people to meet. I envy your simple life down here. Do not take it for granted. Farewell, bro.
Michael takes off and flies back to the heavens. You wait till he's definitely out of earshot.
I'm not your bro.
Left alone again, you slink back to the window and stare out onto the street. The night is still young, but the neighborhood is quiet. Outside, a little boy walks past and looks at the house. His friends told him to never look in there. But they're also the same friends that said the PlayStation was a better console than the Dreamcast, so they're not always right. Amen, small child. Amen, for it is truth. He looks in and sees a strange glow inside one of the windows. Oh. He accidentally gazes into something he'll eventually describe to his therapist as the green eyes of death.
What?
The boy freaks out and runs all the way home without once looking back. He will have trouble sleeping tonight, and every night for the next few years. After my shifts at the video store, I always come into the back alley to see my best friend. Sonic! Where are you, boy? Oh my god, look at your papa. Look at your papa. It's a papa. I'm sorry, I have a thing for dogs and cats, okay? Sonic appears from behind a dumpster when I call his name. Hey, there you are. Did you miss me? Little guy sits down and does that dopey thing where his tongue sticks out funny. Pet the dog. I crouch down and start fluffing up the fur on his head and neck, just the way he likes it. His back tenses up with delight, and before long his leg starts tapping uncontrollably on the ground. I scoop him into my arms and snuggle my fur kid. Little cutie excitedly jumps and paws at my backpack. Okay, you're hungry. Since he already knows what's in there, I reach in my bag and pull out a small sandwich for him. There you go. Enjoy your dinner, Sonic. You're such a little Cusack, aren't you? I love your silly little ears. Okay, I better get boring before... Hey, did you hear about Sophie? That hottie cheerleader? Why, what happened to her? Holy shit, I'd recognize those voices anywhere. It's Brock and Shong, the two biggest douchebags in school. These two guys are the ones who are always giving me shit. Just kill me now. Should probably hide somewhere before they get here. We'll save just in case things go awful. There's a shadowy doorway to the side, so I duck into it and squeeze myself against the wall. A little rat-like creature scurries out after I disturb its hiding spot. I look over my shoulder and Sonic is still in the middle of the alley, happily eating his food. Psst, Sonic, come here! He's too preoccupied with his dinner to hear you. Come here, you greedy furball! It's too late. Brock and Shong are here. Sophie and this guy snuck off to that old house in Hartford Hills. The one at top of the hill? The one and only. Aw, hell no. That place is hella haunted. It's like the gateway to hell. That's just a bunch of exaggerated hyperballs. Why do you always say stupid things like that? So what happened to Sophie and the guy? I don't know. Something really bad. Sophie escaped and made it home, but now she's locked herself in her room. And apparently she keeps mumbling something about the green eyes of death. Green eyes of death? What the fuck is green eyes of death? I don't know. I'm not her goddamn shrink. But think about it. It's that ghost everyone talks about. Yes, I definitely need to visit this house in Hartford Hills. Do you want to know what happened to the guy Sophie was with? What happened to him? Found his body torn up and eviscerated. Shit. I hope he got laid first, at least. Is that really all you ever think about, bro? You need to get your priorities straight. My mind goes nuts with the news about the ghost. Been looking for it for years, and finally I know where to look. Tomorrow. I'll go and check it out tomorrow night. Hey, check out that dog over there. What about it? You ever kicked a dog? No, not the pupper. No, because I'm not a sociopath like you. Or a social path like you. Fuck you, bro. I'm gonna go kick that dog. Why? It's a stray. Nobody'll care. You've seriously got issues. I bet I can punt this dog farther than you can. I'm not going to be part of this. Chong starts walking over to Sonic. That asshole's really gonna do it. I've got to do something. Grope the ground for a weapon, but I don't find anything. What should I do? Must protect Pupper. I must protect the Pupper. No, there's no way I can let him kick an innocent dog. I jump out from my hiding spot and put my body between Chong and Sonic. Hey, back off. Chong pauses, but it doesn't look like he's going to turn around. Brock, it's that weird girl from school. Well, looky here. You really going to kick a dog? That's like a cliched asshole move to do. You calling me an asshole? Well, if the butt plug fits. Ooh, sassy. I have to remember that line. Oh, I'm going to kick your ass now. Now and every day at school for the last couple of years. Bring it on, Chong. Just leave the dog alone, okay? How exactly are you going to make us do that? Shit sticks. I didn't really plan that far ahead. Grab Sonic and make a run. I quickly scoop Sonic in my arms and make a run for it. But my shoe slips on some discarded toy. And I crash face first into Brock's chest. Leans in close to my ear and whispers creepily, Tisk tisk, you can't run away from this weird girl. Next thing I know, there's an explosion in my stomach and I can't breathe properly. I stumble backwards, trying to catch my breath again. Okay, weird girl, what are we going to do? Personally, I find this a serendipitous turn of events. Say what? Don't you mean serendipitous? That's what I said. No, you didn't. Let's see how smart you are when I knock your fucking teeth out. Give me a couple of black eyes as well, and I'll probably look like your mom on date night. That's good. You bitch. See, you wouldn't want to throw that out at just anyone, but in particular, I feel a misogynistic asshole who's about to beat a woman deserves to have that thrown in his face. Maybe mocking him wasn't the best choice right now. Sonic. Sonic barks at the two bullies, but they're not scared of him. You know, when we're nailing you in school, we can't do much. Too many people and teachers around. Brock, what are you doing? We're not in school right now, are we? No teacher to stop us. Bro, you're beating a girl, and now you're saying creepy things. She's not even drunk. This isn't cool at all. You were about to kick a dog. How's that any better? But it was a boy dog. You're hitting a girl. Bitches want equality, don't they? Anyways, I think it's carpet time, weird girl. You're gonna eat her out in an alley? Hey, Enyo! It's Enyo. Welcome, Enyo, all of them and their followers. Thank you so much. Let's see if I can do a shout out for Enyo being awesome. Enyo, shout outs. Thank you very much for the raid. I always appreciate it. We are playing Gloom and Doom, a visual novel provided to me by its developer and the Indie Game Collective. Hi, Saito. It's Latin for seize the day, dumbass. Oh my god, the phrase is carpe diem. Stop using words you obviously don't understand, you fucking pretentious A punch to my mouth stops me from completing my sentence. Feel that familiar wetness and taste of blood in my mouth. Understand me now? He slaps my mouth with the back of his hand. I guess I'm better with my hands than I'm at my mouth, huh? That's what your mother said. Brock quickly raises his fist, but a new voice with a strange accent catches his attention. Oh. I want to give a voice, but I don't know who we're dealing with yet. Hey, Nickel Thurney. Who said that? Suddenly, the alley becomes unnaturally dark. Sonic starts barking in panic. It's time to even the odds, yes? What's going on? Oh! Arr! My arm! When the lights come back on, Brock and Chong have big cuts down their arms. What happened? I don't know. Let's get out of here, Brock. Just run, you fat fuck! The two of them make their quick escape while Sonic loudly barks after them. Good bupper. I get up and look around the alley for signs of the stranger, but I don't see anything unusual. Whoever my guardian angel was, she's gone. Thank you. You might find this surprising, but it's not the first time something weird like this has happened. Every now and then, when I'm getting the shit kicked out of me, a mysterious person steps in to help. Never figured out who or what it is, but I honestly don't mind having a guardian angel around. Especially since life enjoys kicking the shit out of me. Oh, Sonic. Sonic paws at my legs. I'm okay, boy. They didn't hurt me too badly. What about you? Are you alright? Alright, you go finish your food. Those guys won't be back tonight. I need to go home and wash this blood off. From up here, you have a perfect view of the city around you, but you're not interested in the city. You're only interested in one particular person, working in a corner office in the next building.
Go tell us. I see you. And entering our office wouldn't be a problem. You can just float over. It's just another matter of timing and waiting for her to be done with her seemingly endless meetings. Waiting is difficult when you're so close to your goal. So close to going back to heaven. So very close to seeing her again. They will never let you return, you know. This rate, I think I've got a better chance of being invited back than you do. You recognize the voice and smirk to yourself. Large shadows start to gather around the ground next to you before growing into a petite figure. You glance over and see Lucia emerge from the shadow. Oh, I like Lucia's theme music. Don't let the big eyes and bright smile deceive you. Lucia is one of the oldest beings in existence. It's a miracle that she's still so bright and cheerful. Let's see, how about this one?
Hey, sunshine. Hold on. I'm seeing if I like that sound. Hey, sunshine. Okay. I can work with that.
Loose. It's been a while.
You look like death, Gloom. Not in a good way. You're like one of those yoga instructors that won't go away even though they've passed the use-by date.
And you look the same. Still as cheery as ever.
I've switched to chai lattes. They give me a nice buzz. Wanna try some?
I'll pass.
Lucia follows her eyes and looks at the next building.
Let me guess, you're hunting Jateloth.
Sorry, but a job's a job.
I have no problems with you killing her. She gives demons a bad name. But go easy on her plague demons, okay? They're pretty much just her slaves, too.
Fine, I'll try to spare them.
That's all I wanted to hear.
Lucia shifts over and nudges your elbow.
How's your project coming along?
It's frustrating. Every time I think I'm getting somewhere, Michael tells me that we're not. I really can't tell if I'm just being exploited or if it's just an impossible quest.
So quit. Give up this stupid quest and go back to heaven. I've been watching you try for a long time, and come on. It's not going to happen. Michael and his boss will never let you return.
I have to try.
You have tried, and after 400 years, it's just not worth it. You know what we should do instead? We can go to an abortion clinic, and we'll fuck around with the protesters outside. This is totally the kind of stuff you used to make me do.
How is it that you still enjoy these pranks even after so long?
Some things don't lose their luster even after centuries, like sitting on a rooftop and hanging out, talking shit.
She gestures to the rooftop's edge.
You know things have changed.
I'm not asking you to fight for me.
Then why? What would you get out of that?
Gloom, I just want my best friend back.
You think about the times that you and Lucia fought side by side. Your fighting styles, your ideologies, your temperaments. You will not find two warriors that complemented each other as perfectly as you did. And don't let her appearances fool you. Lucia is still the fiercest warrior you know.
Remember that demon keep on the African Sea? Michael ordered us to storm that place with frontal assaults.
A decision that can only be made by someone nowhere near the front lines.
So we told the others to delay the assaults.
And the two of us snuck in from behind and killed their leader.
You knew that they would surrender once their leader fell.
By the time Michael arrived with the main force, we were waiting for them with the front door open.
The look on his face was priceless.
Good times.
The two of you laugh at the memory.
We could be like that again. know, right?
Exactly.
Luce, come with me.
What do you mean?
You can ask the big guy for forgiveness too, and we can return to heaven together. There'll be some parents involved, but the two of us can serve it together.
Are you shitting me?
You were always his favorite. That's why Michael has always been so jealous of you.
Michael is jealous of anyone with a brain, a heart, or a pair of red shiny shoes.
Just ask for forgiveness and let's go home together.
Why do you keep doing this to yourself? Why are you so desperate to get back into heaven? What are you looking for up there? Is it her? You look away, unable to meet Lucia's gaze. Come on, Gloom. Muriel loves you, but she's never really understood you. At least, not the way we understand each other. As in, we're warriors, you know? We get things done. By any means necessary. Lucia steps towards the edge of the roof and takes a sip from her chai latte.
It's not her. I think I belong up there. My old life felt right.
Really? I felt that neither of us ever fit in up there. Maybe you're remembering it wrong.
Well, it can't be worse than what I've got now. I live among the mortals and most of them fear me. The angels hate me, and the only one that talks to me regularly does so because he's making me do things for him.
What about us? We never shunned you.
No, you didn't, but I never really felt like I belonged with your faction either.
Complain, complain, complain. You're such a Dante. She takes another sip and then looks up at the stars. Do you regret taking my side during the Great Fallout?
No, I don't. It was the right thing to do. They were wrong to give more Earls intelligence and then take away their free will.
I didn't ask if it was the right thing to do. I asked if you regret supporting me.
No. Partners don't abandon each other.
And I've never abandoned you either. Not even after you turned against us and started hunting down your old friends. You don't have a response because she's right. Lucia had every reason to turn on you after you started hunting demons for Michael, but she's never stopped being there for you. Okay, that was a bit harsh, but you kind of deserved that. What I'm trying to say, you're still my friend, even if you don't consider me yours.
We'll always be friends, Luce.
Lucia takes a long sip from her chai latte. You sure you don't want to give up on this pointless quest and hang out?
Sorry, I have to do this.
Hey, Gloom?
What?
What are you going to do once you're finished with the quest?
Go back to heaven. Stop killing things.
And then what? Do you have a goal in mind? Will going back automatically make you happy?
I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get to it.
I think you should figure that out first before you waste another 400 years. In the meantime, stop with the dead-end routine of being Michael's bitch.
I'm not his.
Shh. When you're ready to be who you were again, I'll be here for you. I believe in you, Gloom. Always have. Always will. Go kill whoever you need to kill. But please remember, you need to figure out what's actually missing in your life. Be certain of what you really want.
I'm missing heaven, that's all.
If you really think so, I'll see you around. You know how to find me if you need me.
See you, Luce.
Lucia disappears in the shadows, leaving you alone on the roof.
Okay.
Your spectral blade explodes out of your fist.
Time to go to work.
There she is, alone at last. She looks so proud and arrogant there in her glass tower, this monstrosity built on a foundation of suffering. How many souls did it cost to build this? I can sense that you're there, you know. So this demon up again.
You may as well show yourself now.
Green smoke pours in through the cracks of the walls and masses in the middle of the room. Oh, thank you, Crow, for the hydrate. I desperately need it. Much better.
Golgoroth, your time has come.
Gloom, I was wondering when my name would finally show up on that death list of yours.
And a posture check. Thank you, Light. Just because I'm not straight doesn't mean my back shouldn't be. And a stretch. Oh, stretchy. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of indie showcase games, and this is one of the ones that came up. So I'm showing it off, and it's pretty damn good so far.
Truth be told, I'm more... Sorry, wrong voice. Truth be told, I'm more than a little offended Michael didn't send you after me sooner.
Your feelings aren't very high on anyone's list of priorities.
Oh, you're turning me on with all that nastiness.
Okay, that was a weird thing to say.
Did you know that while almost every demon fears seeing you, I've been looking forward to it.
You seek death.
Oh no, I'll be living for a lot longer, but I seek you, Defiant One. As you know, I thrive on suffering and pain. I thought I was the leading cause of pain in this region, but it seems that you are.
Jatalath's depravity is well known, but you've never encountered it up close.
I kill. I don't torture. I don't intentionally make people suffer.
Doesn't matter. We're both in the same business. So we should be partners. Partners in crime and partners in bed.
The night really isn't turning out the way you were expecting it to.
I'm not even of any use to you sexually.
I can see that your physical form lacks many of the parts I'm used to, but I'm a creative woman. I always find ways to get it done. Besides, I've had sex with politicians before. Trust me, no dick is better than small dick. With a small dick, you're obligated to try to reach it.
Jatalath puckers her lips and stretches them out until she looks like Rodian from Star Wars.
And then you'll end up with strained lips or dislocated hips. Trust me, both options are not fun. But I don't have to worry about that with you, do I?
If you had testicles, they would be shrinking right now.
Yeah, you're really not my type.
I know I'm not as beautiful as your Muriel was, but I can show you that I'm confident, uninhibited, and very, very hungry.
Your hypothetical testicles just retracted themselves all the way up to your throat. You hit her with your hate blast and send her stumbling back.
Okay, just stop. I haven't been this grossed out since the dinner scene in Temple of Doom.
You don't know what I can do.
1, you're a horrible person. And 2, you've probably got a shitload of diseases inside that sick body of yours. I don't want to live with a rash for eternity.
Resist all you want. I always get what I want.
She turns around and calls for her guards.
Gods!
Plague demons burst in the room and scramble to protect their mistress from you.
Yes, mistress! Take him and hold him down.
The plague demons shake their heads at each other in disgust before responding to their mistress.
As you wish.
The plague demons stretch out their claws and cautiously approach you. How will you deal with the plague demons? We promised we'd try not to kill them, so we'll threaten them first. You remember your promise to Lucia and give the demons a chance to back down.
You all know who I am. You know exactly how this will end if you try to fight me.
You point to Joltalath.
I only want her.
I knew I could change your minds.
Not in that way, you sick skank. I'm just here to kill her, so I'll let the rest of you live if you walk away right now.
We cannot. She holds our families hostage. We must obey her.
The plague demons prepare to attack. Combat is inevitable, but you could knock them out the window instead of killing them. Plague demons can't fly, but their small wings will help them glide safely to the ground. Though it might be safer to just kill them. What will you do? Out the window. You channel your anger through your arm and blast the demons with sheer hatred. Blast sends them flying out the window. You hear them curse you as they glide down with their puny wings. You lunge at Joltalath and grab her. She struggles in your grasp for a moment, then you feel her body slacken.
It's just you and me now, Joltalath. No gods, no leverage, no power. Are you still in the mood?
Please, Gloom, I was just joking.
I didn't find it funny. Did you really think you were funny?
What are you going to do to me?
I'm going to cut off your head and then go take a shower.
Wait, just a minute. I can offer you something else.
I'm really not in the mood for more propositions.
No, something that will be benefit to your quest.
Okay, talk.
You're hunting demons for Michael, right?
Yes, why?
All of my slaves have been fixed with bioweapon in their neck. When detonated, it'll result in instant death. I use it to ensure their obedience.
Sounds like a running man. How does this benefit me?
You spare me, I will detonate all of them in return. Thousands of demons dead in just one night. Surely Michael and his boss will smile upon this.
You can do that from your office?
I have the control device in my pocket. Just let me go and I can do it immediately.
It's a tempting bargain, but Michael also wants you dead.
No, Michael wants my horns. Take my horns, spare my life, and I'll disappear. Nobody will ever hear from me again.
You consider Joltalath's offer. Thousands of dead demons would be a great bargaining chip, even if they were just lesser demons.
We propose another option, O powerful one.
More plague demons appear.
We propose justice.
Justice.
Yes. Take her horns, but leave her to us. We will ensure that she pays for her sins.
What about your families? I thought she holds them captive.
Once we take the control device, she no longer has power over us. No, you can't be considering this.
It's an option. She's a human trafficker.
She's a human trafficker, so we're going to take her horns and leave her to the plague demons. Justice, is that what the plague demons call it? They've been enslaved by her for so long, so there's sure to be much resentment there. Whatever they'll do to her, it won't be pleasant.
Good.
Good? What's good?
I'm not going to do any killing tonight.
You release Joltiloth.
Oh, thank you, Gloom.
But not before cutting off her horns. You receive Joltiloth's horns.
Not so horny now, are you? Really?
That joke was more painful.
Now that I've got what I wanted, it's time to give them what they want.
No!
You float away from Joltiloth as she trembles in fears.
Please, you can't do this.
Time to reshuffle your organizational structure.
You nod to the demons.
She's all yours.
Gloom, don't let them take me! You spineless asshole!
Joltiloth screams for her life, but the noise gradually clears.
Been called worse.
While the demon's gone, you're now alone in the office. You look out the window and wonder if maybe you should move your lair to a place like this. Nah.
Nah, too open. Too much sunlight. You turn into
Green smoke and float out of the office. It's the middle of the night, and while most people are fast asleep, I'm staring at the ceiling. For the third time in a row, Todd and Janelle are arguing on the other side of the wall. I used to think that my parents fought all the time because I'm such a messed up kid, because of all the weird things that happened around me. But I know that they've got their own problems. I make things more difficult, but they've been fighting for long before I entered the picture. Is this something a lot of kids have to deal with? I hope not. I'm not going to be able to sleep so soon, so it's a waste of time to just lie here. Video game! Walk over to my PC to play my new favorite game, The Sims. This game is so totally cutting. I don't look forward to much, but I always look forward to playing this game. I had friends who adored The Sims. Been a fan of Will Wright since SimCity 2000, and this game did not disappoint. There's just something so fulfilling about being able to help these little virtual people make the most of their lives. If only I had that much control over my real life. After an hour, my eyes are getting sufficiently heavy, so I head back to bed. While walking back to my bed, I notice the nice sky outside. Out the window. I look at the big moon first, but then my eyes gravitate towards the windows of the other apartments. You might think it's weird, but I really like looking at windows, especially at night. I know what you're thinking, but I'm not a perv or anything. It's just that every window represents a different person. You know, a different life. It makes me feel small, but at the same time, it makes me feel like I'm not alone either. There's so many lit windows out there tonight. Wonder how many of those windows is a kid like me who can't sleep because their parents are arguing. I wonder if they're as scared as me. What about the other windows, the ones with the lights off? Are those kids in happier families, fast asleep because they have a big, exciting day tomorrow? Are they happy? I always think about the other students at school who are always laughing and smiling. And those families on TV where fights never last longer than half an episode. Imagine it would be like to not have to worry about every moment of your life. How did it end up that way? Did I make different choices from them? What kind of choices could a girl my age make that could change things so much? But if our lives aren't the results of our conscious choices, and there are kids in those windows who are leading really different and happy lives, then fate is a cruel lottery. We don't have any control over which window we end up in. And that's just too depressing a thought. Back to Gloom. It's just another night at the house, waiting for Michael to show up. Another night of trying to will time to pass faster. It's a bit harder tonight because you're certain that the defeat of Jotaloth is enough to earn your way back. If only Michael would show up sooner.
Stop looking at this guy. He never shows up unless you're busy doing something else. Should go do something that he can rudely interrupt.
Your attention is drawn to the door swaying in the wind. A strong gust of wind closes the door to slam it shut. However, it slowly starts to swing out again.
Hey, stop it. Stop being so weak. If you want it to be closed, stay closed. You prefer to stay open, don't let that window push you around.
You slam the door shut. Of course, it doesn't stay shut for long.
Come on, door. You need to stand up for yourself. Don't allow yourself to be caught in this endless cycle of opening and closing. Opening and closing. You have to find some way out of it. If you're not even willing to try, then I'm not staying around to help you.
You move away from the door and look around the house for another way to pass the time. Or video games. So you suddenly think about what to do. You suddenly realize how futile this is.
Every night is the same. Different games, different movies, but it's actually the same. Just the same series of pointless choices that don't actually change anything. I'm just so tired of this routine. So tired.
You start knocking your head against the wall in frustration.
Oh, Muriel, I'm really trying, but it never seems enough. And I just end up back up in the same place. This is how Bill Murray must have felt.
The door sways in the wind again.
I may not be able to fix my life, but I can at least put you out of your misery, door.
You rip the door off its hinges with your hate blast and smash it into the ground.
What led to this? So many choices I've made in the last few centuries. But really, there was only one that mattered. The one wrong choice during the Great Fallout. One wrong and irreversible choice.
Though you don't need to breathe anymore, you sigh out of habit.
No, this quest has to work no matter what it takes.
Blinding light fills the house.
Oh, Gloom!
Michael makes his overly theatrical entrance.
You know what I like about you. When you say you're going to do something, you do it. I do not even trust most of my own seraphim, but I trust you. You are something truly special. And that is why we need to get you back into heaven.
Yes, that's why I'm doing all of this.
Do you have Jotaloth's horns?
You pass him the horns.
Thank you, thank you. These are going to be put to good use.
Why do you need all these horns?
Just for our war records.
Michael holds one of Jotaloth's horns up to his eyes.
We have wanted this wretched woman dead for a long time. And now she is finally dead, thanks to you.
So, my penance is complete. Will you open the gates for me?
You know, everybody else calls you a traitor.
Been called worse.
But I still believe in you. And because I like you, I will be honest with you.
What is it?
I spoke to the big boss about your quest, and I told him about all that you have done. He did not seem impressed, not even when I told him about Jotalas' death.
Past. You told me that Jotalas' death would be enough to change his mind.
I did not promise anything. But listen, I spoke to him further and reminded him of his own teachings about forgiveness.
And?
He is almost ready to let you back in, but we just need you to kill one last demon. One more and you can return.
Really? Just one more?
Michael throws his head back and lets out his shrill, condescending laugh.
Come on, Gloom. Angels do not lie.
They don't always tell the truth, either.
Ouch. But you do have a point, so I'm willing to let that one go.
Tell me about the last mark.
He will soon be visited by a demon marked by fire and ice. This is the last monster you will have to kill.
What does fire and ice mean?
I do not know.
Is it a metaphorical thing? Is this a physical description?
That is all Gabriel told me. You and I know that although he is the Archangel of Truth, Gabriel rarely imparts anything useful.
So I kill this last one, and I've completed my penance.
Once again, yes, you can return to heaven after this. But be careful. This last one will be the hardest. And Gabriel says you will meet this demon soon, so be prepared.
You can just focus on your own preparations to bring me back. I'll kill it like I killed everything else.
Kill it quickly, Angel of Death, and I will bring you back up myself. I know you will, because you're you. When the job is done, meet me at this reservoir and let's bring you home.
Michael launches himself into the air and disappears into the heavens. Your eyes light up at the thought you will be following him the next time he does that.
One more demon, Nero. So it shall be done. The world is burning.
I'm running through the streets of this apocalyptic landscapes. I have no idea where I'm going. The road ahead seems to be clear, but I don't know where it leads. To my right, I hear screams for help from under a fallen tree. I can't be sure, but it sounds human. Help. There's someone under there. I need to help them. I quickly run over to the tree, and I see an arm waving frantically from underneath it. One second. Need a sip of water here. I'm here to help. Just keep calm while I find something to move this tree with. That was a lesson in physics class. Something about using a fulcrum and a lever to lift heavy things. My eyes dart left and right as I frantically look for a pole or something that can be used as a lever. Before I can find anything else, a large fireball falls from the sky and hits the tree. The explosion knocks me back before showering me with ashes and bits of wood. Ugh! Oh no, I'm too late. Fallen tree has been instantly immolated. Nobody could have survived that. I have to keep going. As I run down the road, I start noticing more and more dead bodies on the street. Holy shit, it's like hell on earth. Like Doom 2 coming true. Another falling fireball hits the ground in front of me and explodes with a fiery force on impact. What is going on? When the smoke clears, I see a new dead body where the fireball hit the ground. I can't tell if the body was already dead or died on impact, but it's definitely dead now. A dead body. With wings? Angels? Is this the apocalypse? Is the world doomed? More screams coming from behind me. I turn around and see a man being chased by demonic creatures. They pounce on him and tear him apart with their claws. I turn back to run away, but now the road is blocked by another group of demons eating a woman. People are being tormented and eaten by demons everywhere. It's all just chaos. You take a step back just as a group of demons appear right in front of you.
Oh, Winona, we wanted to say thank you.
What? Why? Looked down at my hands, and I suddenly noticed that they're burning with hellfire, but I don't feel any pain at all. Then I realized the truth.
Yes, you caused this.
I am the Doombringer?
Yes.
No. No. No! I'm in my room. Scramble to look out the window for signs of the apocalypse. Normal sky, normal night sky, normal windows. Look at my hands. No hellfire. I'm okay. And actually, I think I'm reaching the limit of my voice for tonight. Gloom's voice is a little low, and while it is a ton of fun to do it, it is a bit rougher on my throat. So we're reaching the 2-hour mark anyways for me. So let's go ahead and let's pick somebody to raid over tonight, shall we? Who is up at this ridiculous hour? Besides, us. Tamara's on, and she's doing and they're doing Legend of Zelda too. Okay, doke. So we'll go right over to Tamara, and thank you, Saito. And thank you all for joining me tonight. It means the world that you chose to spend your time with me. Now remember, hold your loved ones close, because you never know when the stars might align. And I'll see you next time. Ciao, everyone.